Hello, and welcome to the GRACE podcast series. My name is Denise Brock, and I am the Operations Director for the Global Resource for Advancing Cancer Education, or GRACE. In this podcast series, we interview patients, advocates, and healthcare professionals to provide the most updated information for our community and to highlight important issues facing those dealing with a cancer diagnosis. We hope you find this information valuable. For questions or comments, please visit us at cancergrace.org.
So I find this a very interesting question. Do you expect that circulating tumor DNA testing will replace marker testing such as CA19-9, CEA, and others?
I think it's a very excellent question, actually, right? It is a better, in some ways, it's a better proxy of what's actually going on in the tumor. And I will kind of admit from the get-go that I don't routinely check tumor markers. And I think there's variability across providers about people who follow tumor markers over time. And I think the data do suggest that they may not be as sensitive as you would like. And so I think it is possible that circulating tumor DNA may replace it. But I think for that to have to kind of go into practice, our assays need to become exquisitely sensitive for them to be relevant. I think that using circulating tumor DNA with our off-the-shelf assays right now may not give the level of information that we hope to glean by tracking a tumor marker over time. But I think we're heading towards that type of world.
Yeah, I will say that I think that our currently the most commonly used tumor marker for non-small cell lung cancer is CEA. And I think in contrast to the literature in colorectal, it's a problematic literature. It's a problematic marker in lung cancer. It can be helpful for some patients. And I know some of my peers, including at least one that I have an inordinate amount of respect for, loves to use CEA. I'm deeply skeptical about its potential to mislead us in non-small cell lung cancer. And I make a conscious choice to not use it. When I'm provided with it, I make a conscious choice to ignore the results, because the only thing worse than no data is data that misleads you and potentially leads you to do the wrong thing. I'm going to offer an opinion that one day this is going to be a really, really important biomarker. Dr. Dagogo-Jack, I think you put forth the idea that it might help us select adjuvant patients. We're going to see the ADORA data later on osimertinib as an adjuvant treatment for EGFR mutated lung cancer. I'll put out there that I'm deeply skeptical about that data. I think it has more caveats and footnotes than the main point. But I think that getting to a point where I know who I'm really going to help and who I only have the potential to give toxicity, I'm really excited about the idea that that's an area where this could be really, really helpful. I'm going to predict that the answer is eventually yes. Not for current standard of care, but your talk was about future directions and the question was about future directions. And I think, yeah, I'm really excited that's going to help me to know who I really can help and who I'm just going to give diarrhea and rash to.
Thank you again for joining us. This podcast was made possible by the generosity of sponsorship from our friends at Lilly and Exelixis. Please like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Send us feedback, share your story, donate, and visit us for more information at cancergrace.org. Thank you for listening.